Welcome to the official Trade Talk channel, where I show you how I analyze price for the most consistent and higher probable entries to help you become a better trader. Bitcoin tested last month's open as resistance and it held, and now you are seeing this monthly candle pull back. Now the monthly candle still has 16 days left on it, so that's a little over 2 weeks. Anything can happen. So we're not really paying too much attention to the monthly time frame candle right now because there is still so much time left on it. We will only be looking at the weekly. We're not going to focus on the 2 week either because there isn't any major 2 week levels that we need to be paying attention to going into the close. Everything right now is coming down to the weekly, daily, and intraday charts, but I did want to show you the monthly open so that way you could see that we are currently trading as an inside month candle. All right, so let's go down to the weekly time frame. So here we are on the weekly time frame. This level of support, which is this candle here, was my target for this weekly's range. You can see that you did not hit it. You did not hit it. You came very close. Instead, caught resistance at this bullish weekly candle's low. That held resistance. So typically the wick highs and wick lows are generally targets for my strategy, but occasionally those wick lows and wick highs will absolutely act as resistance or support. So with that being said, what are we looking for on this chart with tomorrow's close? Here is the main support zone that we wanted to see Bitcoin close above last week. Last week, we got that close above. It was important for bullish continuation. So this is going to be the support zone. This old weekly resistance level that we broke and closed above last week is going to be the line in the sand at which we're going to look for the close tomorrow night. So at the close tomorrow night, we want to see Bitcoin close above $41,876.52 before making any other decisions as to which way this market's going to go. So here we are on the daily time frame. You can see that we do have a daily support zone which is under the weekly support zone. So this daily support zone could be the next level of price to be tested. You can see that price is currently trying to move down into here right now and test this level. So this level won't be so important tomorrow. If we close below it today, that's okay. Tomorrow's close will be the important close. I want to see a close above this upper line. So there really isn't a trade to take currently. We must have patience until tomorrow. Once we get that data, then we can make better decisions moving on into next week. One other thing that needs to be taken into account here on the daily time frame is the overall structure of this market. So you can see that you are in a bear market. You're off over 50% from the all-time highs. Well, let's say this. You went as low as off 55% from where price is currently. But you can see this downtrend line. It was very, very important for Bitcoin to get above it. Finally, we did get a breakout above it, and that was a strong breakout candle. So that typically is what you want to see on a breakout. And sometimes you will see continuation from that, and we were looking for that continuation and we did get it. We were looking for an exact measure move of this candle. Once we got that, that's when those bullish positions were closed. Now we're back into a short position looking for this area to potentially hold a support. You can see here on the RSI, you are coming into the 50 spot. Those can act as support sometimes, just like it can act as resistance sometimes. You can see here that over here it acted as resistance, and then when we got back up to it here on the breakout, you got the breakout above it with this bullish candle. So now we're finally coming back in. So coming into the 50, that would put it about into the 50 if we got a little momentous move down to that daily support. And also you have your 21 exponential moving average coming in line there as well. So we have multiple confluences of support. Now this does not mean that I am saying that Bitcoin is going to stop here and go higher. What I am saying is we have multiple confluences where we could potentially see support hold here. If it doesn't, you will have a big breakdown candle that will probably look something like this. Then in that case, you'll know that Bitcoin is going on down to test lower regions of price for support. So we'll have to watch this. Watch it on a daily closing basis. You want the daily closures to be above the 21 and above $41,404. All right, moving on into the intraday time frame. on. All right, so we did get a newsprint. That newsprint was the CPI inflation. Anything above 7.3% is bad. That means inflation is higher than expected. That's a bearish sign. It's not a bullish sign. Anything under 7.3, for instance, 7.2%, that would have been good. That would have been in line. That would have been under expectations. We would have potentially seen bullish price action from that. But just because the news is bad, and there's other factors out there, namely Russia and the Ukraine, and a few other factors that could smell a bearish market continuation, we will be the optimists here. 5.9% is what was in line. And then again, on the core inflation rate year over year, you got 6%. That is another beat. That means you are above expectations. That is not good. Not for this number. This number you want to see under the 5.9%. So for instance, 5.8% would have been a good number. Anything above is bad, and that's pretty bad. That's why we've seen this bearish price action. Massive amounts of volatility here. It was a very difficult trading day indeed. Once we got below that, we were looking for short side entries. All right, so our first short entry was watching this hourly Heath level there. This came in on the night of the news. So the news was here, or actually it was here. This was the start of the Asian session on the next daily candles range. So this was the area where we were looking for resistance to hold. Now, I do not like to take trades during the Asian session because in a lot of times, a lot of cases, they will be false moves and you will be stopped out during the London and New York session. And that would have potentially happened here as well. But the next day is when you got the trading opportunity. So here you are, 8 o'clock into the New York session. You can see 8 o'clock a.m. You're trading up into the level that we are watching. That is our line in the sand. Now, my strategy says if you get an hourly close above the level at which you are expecting the reversal to occur, you wait. That's it. Right? Because it could be a trap. Now, I do have a video on traps. If you have not seen it, it is on my smaller channel. I will link it in the description for you. The very next candle, we had an hourly bearish engulfing, or that is also known as an hourly bearish outside range candle. You can see you took out the high of your previous candle, then you took out the low of your previous candle. So that made this candle here a new zone of potential supply. So any trade up into the hourly resistance, which every close has the potential of acting like resistance, you can see right here, this is your best trading opportunity for the bearish entry targeting the daily low. Here is your low of day right there. So this is your trade entry. When you trade back up into this resistance level there, you know that this push up above supply was a trap because it closed above, and then the following candle printed a bearish engulfing. Now, even if this happens again in the future, it does not mean it will work 100% of the time. You must understand that these are your high probable entries. You will still get stopped out of these trades. So always only risk 1% per trade using stop losses. That is the right way to do this. So you can see that you did get multiple entry attempts on this as well. Not only on the original Heath level that we were watching up here at $43,780, but you also got 2 chances to enter at hourly resistance right there. Boom, boom. So that was 2 opportunities. Once you closed below your bearish engulfing candle, which is this candle, let's do this just so it can help me to help you understand what you're looking for. So now in this section of price right here, there is your hourly res. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Heath level, because at this point now, since you closed above the Heath level, now all eyes are on this candle's resistance as well as this candle's support. So in this scenario, you got multiple opportunities to enter this short trade, watching and realizing that price looks like it is about to roll over indeed. So now here is your entry. This is my entry. This is when I took my entry. Stop above this candle's wick, and this was my bearish target. If I throw on this metric right here, you can see that we'll just go ahead and use that bullish candle's close as my entry. Although my entry was higher, it was pretty much on the level. You can see here that offered up almost a 4-to-1 risk to reward on this trade. Next opportunity came in here. Boom, there you go. There is an hourly close below support, not this support. This is your current candle. This candle is your signal. So this candle's open and this candle's close is the areas you're watching for potential trade entries, because this is saying that we're probably heading lower. Next candle comes in. Boom, look at this. Open, here's your open, trades right back up into your support zone, and then the bottom falls out of the market because everybody got short right there. Boom, there was my profit target. Once that hit, I did take profit and I moved my stop down to break even. You too can trade like this. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. All right, moving on. So we're going to go ahead and exit out of bar replay because that's pretty much what I wanted you to see. There were multiple hours here. In fact, this breakdown candle didn't come in until 1 o'clock p.m. So you had like 4 hours to make a trading decision on this day. And generally it doesn't work out that beautifully, that perfectly. But it did that time. You can see down here, price is indeed trading at that weekly support zone. But remember, before taking any bullish entries based off of these candle structure, you have that daily support down here. That is the daily support zone. The weekly can hold, absolutely it can, but this level right here would potentially be where price could go to next. So I would wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow will give us more information as to what we could look for moving on into the next week. As of right now, this structure is still bullish and price could trade all the way down to here and still remain bullish, guys. All right, this is your breakout. So right now, this is the near term trend. We did make a higher high. We did take out this swing high over here. So now what we need to confirm trend reversal is higher low support. This would be higher low support. As long as it holds higher low support and you get another impulse move to the upside, which is what we're going to be looking for, then you will have a confirmed trend reversal on the daily. That's just the near term, right? That doesn't mean you're going to be looking for all-time highs again. That just means you're going to be looking for the next region of resistance, which will be the $50,000 area, but that's getting too far ahead of ourselves. We must see what happens here. Now, if you get a big candle that looks like this, that breaks down through this daily area, that will be breaking down through the 21 exponential moving average. You will be breaking down below your daily support and the 50 on the RSI. That will look very, very bearish. What we want to see moving on, finally, this will be the last time I say it, is this to hold as support, and we want to see a bullish impulse move coming out of there. That's the way I'm going to be trading it, depending on how tomorrow closes. If we do close above that level, that's how I will be looking for that in the next week. If we close below it, then obviously I'm going to keep the short entry on. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down in the comment section, as I always answer every single question that I see. You guys have a fantastic day. Make sure you trade safe. Make sure you trade smart. And as always, happy trading, everybody.